Hello, sometimes in ProWorkFlow, um, you've got this template going on and you realize, you know what, it'd be great if something else happened, up here. And so what I do is usually I'll just take, the current project here and I'll add it within. For example, I realized that on the social media um, job that we have where we brand their entire social media, we should probably have a section where we get the design, the main design approved. Um, then we can go and do the Facebook design and all that stuff. But the first main design we want to approve is usually Facebook always. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a phase beforehand, kind of fits between Gmail and Facebook, called design approval. And I'm going to bring this task here up. Well, I'm gonna actually create a new task and put it in here. So here's how this is gonna happen. All right, I'm gonna go to settings, task template. I'm gonna collapse. I'm gonna go to social media setup all, because that's the task template. And so, like I said, I'm gonna, put a little phase in between here. So let me go ahead and add a task and bring it up to here. Let me give myself 5 tasks. Okay, you can always delete, but if you just add one and then you figure out you want to add another one, it's kind of a mission. So and then I always put title space dash space, and then I copy and I paste it down. Okay, this actually I'm going to delete because I'm going to design approval. Okay, so what does the design approval look like? Um, so it is, you know, social media design, uh, main design. Let's call it main design, and then um, main design approval. Okay, actually, maybe even beforehand, we can have main design direction. Okay, that's sort of so right, direction from the creative director. Um, cool. Actually, so we got to make this one a heading. All right, so it's not really a task. You can't check it off. It's a heading, so it makes it bold. And then I'd leave this there just in case something comes up later on that you want to add there. And by adding it here, you got to remember to come back and do this, what I'm doing here. Um, I would give this some instructions here, okay? Um, in this particular case, maybe, you remember that Graphic River has a whole ton of Facebook cover photos, right? So then you take that, say, here are many ideas for Facebook cover photos. Once you make the Facebook cover photo, you can make the rest. It's very easy. So, and again, this is very customized to this particular task, but it's the same similar concept for everything that we do. Let's try to ease the the burden here and just remind people, right, of different tips and tricks. So so then here, this is for the designer, right? Designer. Um, please design the main design that will be used in the social media. Start with the Facebook design. Okay, and that right here, those instructions are actually right here. All right, where this is actually wrong. Um, and so I'm actually going to update that because I don't know if you knew this, but um, there's a cheat sheet on the web right now called Always Up to Date Social Media Sizes cheat sheet, right? So say please use the always in a cheat sheet to see the new sizes, and then we link it. Okay, so designer need all the designs necessary for the full for this social media channel. Please use blah blah. Cool. Right, so that's the always up to date cheat sheet, and I want to make sure that all of them have that. See, this one doesn't have it either. So Instagram, um, see, that might not be correct. And again, the reason why I love using Docs, Google Docs, or these Excel spreadsheets is because we only have to update it here. We don't have to update it in 20 places. We don't got to come back to this place and update it. I always love giving instructions based on a Google Doc because I can always just rely on that being the latest information, and I don't have to come back into this template, which as you can see is a mission, right? So I'm going down here. See, all this is, it's definitely wrong already. So again, as you're building templates in ProWorkFlow, you'll become better at recognizing the things that will um, allow you to always stay up to date. Okay, so we got that going on. We got the main design. Okay, so let's see how this thing looks. So I'm gonna click done and save. Collapse, social media branding, edit. No, sorry, that's not the task template. Got a different task template called social media branding. Social media setup, all, right, which includes the design and the setup. So this is pretty much standard on all of our projects, right? We're preparing preparation, then Gmail setup. Whenever you're gonna do a social media branding, you always provide the Gmail. Anyway, main design, cool. Get that approved. This is very important because this is where you communicate with the client, right? Back and forth on the approval of it, and then boom, we're ready to do everything. And look, this task will probably already be completed. Actually, I'm gonna leave it here anyway, but you know that's is how this goes. So if I was just to kind of get a little more OCD about this, is that if I'm setting up projects in ProWorkFlow, um, I would always leave myself room to have just an ability to add a custom task along every section. So I already got that one. I got this Facebook one's got one. This Twitter one needs one here, right? This Instagram needs one. again, we just sometimes it's so custom. The client asks for something that we're like, oh man, and so we need something kind of there to help us. Um, and I'll leave it at Pinterest, and that's it. Um, Again, if it's something that you feel, and the whole point of this particular video training is that if it's something you feel that you need to remember for all projects moving forward, then you've got to stop what you're doing and come and edit the template, or write yourself a note to come and edit the template for the project management for within ProWorkFlow.